All right, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats. I'm not gonna continue with that. Welcome back to the Front Office Podcast, featuring yours truly, Nev and Steve.
Oh, what's
Steve,
going on? What's
where you
going
going
on?
from? Today's podcast is going to be one of the most expedited podcasts because Negroes have stuff to do. Not gonna lie to you, all three of us, black men, working hard. Anyways, I already know what y'all about to talk about. Y'all about to flame me, Nev. I'm already like just say what you got to say, man.
Nev Nuke dropping right here. We gotta talk about our boy Thomas, man. Carson Wentz, hey, officially
How you
gone from
feeling?
Philly, man.
Hey, man. Props to no, there's no props, bro. Like that situation was just handled terribly. Like honestly, like the GM Howie, man, I don't know what you're doing. Carson, I wish things could have worked out. I hope he does. Like I said on my story, I'm a Colts fan, second hand Colts fan now. I'm just excited, man. I mean, we got a third round and basically a first round pick because basically all he has to do is play 70% of his games or whatever snaps next year, and we get the first round pick. So we got a first round pick next year, got a third round pick this year. Um, Jalen Hurts is the quarterback right now. They're thinking about drafting Trey Lance, the NDSU. Like, I don't know why we just gave up a North Dakota quarterback just to get another one, which doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I'm excited for the future. The team definitely did play better with Hurts, and the last time Eagles had a black quarterback that made the playoffs. So let's see, man.
Wow, Thomas, you're buying the hype of Jalen Hurts?
I'm not buying the hype, but I'm gonna put like I have no choice but to like put my money in him because that's all we have.
I'm
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm
here because I'm gonna let y'all know. I think I talked about it before on this podcast. I had to like tell Thomas this dude is nice. Like I've been following Jalen Hurts
Yeah.
since Alabama. Then when he went to Oklahoma to become a Sooner, I was saying Jalen Hurts is nice. Like this man is not a bad QB. Like this man is
saying?
a really good QB, and he showed up when y'all beat the Saints. Surprisingly.
For sure, for sure.
So hey, like Philly, I think what it is it's kind of surprising how just 2 years ago they y'all just inked them to a max contract. You feel me?
Yeah,
And then like now y'all want to get rid. Like y'all basically got like was trying to get rid of him.
yeah,
I mean, I just feel like sometimes teams out here be paying quarterbacks too early.
yeah.
Like I mean, if you see like how that is around the league, like
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff. We don't know why they was paying him that early, man. The whole sports world was like, don't do it. Because if y'all remember that Super Bowl, he missed a wide open, what's it called? Wide open throw that could have won him the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
End zone, he threw that ball late. And I think McCourty got there and knocked the ball away. But like either way,
yeah. I
sometimes
mean,
quarterback ain't worth the hype. And like you said, Trey Lance would be a dumb decision to buy. I don't know why they
yeah.
didn't sign Trey Lance.
Mm.
I
I
mean,
don't
one
see.
good thing for y'all do get a first round pick next year,
Yeah,
presumably. But nah,
hopefully, it's gonna be a second round pick at the very least. So we somehow made something out of nothing. We saved cap for the next. I think this year we're taking like 33 mil dead cap, but we're off the books next couple years. So
yeah, I think in the NFC East, you'll have the least amount of cap space.
yeah, I mean the Redskins or excuse me, football team have the most cap space.
And
Giants always have an abundance. And then
Giants, they just look like they're in a standstill. Not gonna lie.
and the Cowboys just somehow pull money out of somewhere. They cheat. They're like the Patriots, but they just don't do it.
Nah, I think the Cowboys. I mean, we don't have time for that, but the Cowboys are a horrible franchise. They don't like playing their players.
I mean Dakota did, kind of snap his ankle playing on franchise
Uh,
tag. So
Dak Prescott. I mean, like, look, like he deserved to get paid though.
he did. No, I mean for
And
sure.
if you franchise tag him again, you're gonna end up be paying him what you would have paid him anyway.
Things like 39, 40 mil, something
He
like that.
wants 40 million, you're gonna pay him like 38 million.
I don't even think they can pay him 40 mil because of the cap is not going to get higher. It's actually going lower.
Yeah, 20,
So,
180 million.
so it was like 186 last year. Now it's 170. Back to like the minimum of things like 175. So it's going back to 175 this year,
All,
presumably.
all I'm saying is like it's dumb. Like the Cowboys don't like paying. Like if you like, I think the caps go like if you tag someone, franchise tag them, right?
Mhm.
2 years in a row, like the pay goes up when you
Yeah,
franchise them,
it does.
and like you end up paying him. I think if you tag him again this year, like 38 or 39 mil. You
I think you can only tag him twice in a row, right?
I think three,
Three or twice. It's two times or three times, and then there's like the transition tag which you can use,
but
which
then the
is like
transition tag like that's not the only tag, so like he can still hear offers from other teams.
yeah. So like I think you got accepted. So like transition tag, and then like if a team offers him money, whatever, and like would they accepted the draft picks, it's basically like a trade, basically. Like they're forced to trade.
All I'm saying is this is like the Cowboys have a record of not wanting to pay their players. I
They
mean,
could,
look at Ezekiel Elliott a couple years ago when he held out because they wouldn't want to pay him.
he got his money though. I mean,
Jerry Jones stingy bro. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know why they picked the running back over the quarterback. It didn't make any sense. But back to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Um, my last thing I'm gonna say about it, I think like I think the NFC is still gonna be pretty weak. The football teams have a quarterback. We'll wait and see what they do about that if they draft somebody, whatever. Because I don't believe in Taylor Heineke. That's just me. I feel like he had when quarterbacks like the first game with Hurts, he beat the Saints, but like no one had tape on him. You have college tape on a quarterback, but like that doesn't really transition to the pros. Taylor Heineke, no one really had tape on him. He never played. So I think I'm not saying it was a one-hit wonder, but I'm just saying like I just think teams are going to zero on him next year. They know what he likes to do now. I mean, whatever. But if Daniel Jones plays to his potential, Giants could be a good team. The Cowboys, literally on paper are the best team in the division. Like they have two great linebackers. They have a somewhat okay secondary. They have a defensive line. They have Alden Smith, Marcus Lawrence. They have a okay O line if everyone's healthy. The receiving was probably the best in the NFC East. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. They have a quarterback and running. Like on paper, they should have been like at least 11-5, 10-6. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing down there. But we'll just see. We'll just see, man.
To be honest with you, like the whole Cowboys, it pissed me off because like the mismanagement situation. Like they really out here like have an amazing team, but this wasn't. I mean, I don't want to say coach. They weren't coached right, but like they also had a whole bunch of injuries. A whole bunch of injuries. Like that whole O line, like they're running on like second and third string guards and like tackles, bro. Like, come on, and when you got to play like a D line, like the defensive line and like the linebackers and like the defense overall for the Giants are pretty nice, and the Washington like front four is amazing.
They fight hard. The Giants fight hard. Like I think this new coach, what's his name, Joe Judge.
Yeah,
he's making them fight like hard. Like he's making.
His name is Joe Judge. It's the most basic name ever. That's not like John Smith. Joe Judge.
John Smith. Hey, John.
I was like, call me JJ, bro. My name is JJ. What the hell? Like, I know this horrible anyway. But no, like, I mean, Daniel Jones, to be real with you, ain't really doing much for me. Like, this dude out here, like,
he shows up like every once in a while. Like against the Eagles, he had that. I mean, he tripped.
The stumble
he
run
had that 8-yard scramble.
Where he stumbled though, right on the way.
Yeah, that saved us.
That boy tripped over his own feet. Hey.
I know he got happy, bro. He was like, when I've done that before. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've tripped over my own feet before, like just like getting excited. So I mean,
but funny that was like a game winner. He just tripped over his own feet.
That would have changed the whole game. I don't think they didn't score a touchdown that drive. They scored 3, I think. So
like to be real with you, man, I'm saying like the Giants, like I feel like. Okay, be real with you, Thomas. Let me make a quick question, I guess. Thomas and Steve. Now, do y'all think like who do you think as of like right now, with Carson Wentz gone out of the NFC East, do you think the Eagles are gonna have another like rebuild year, or do you think they're gonna actually like pursue well and like maybe become like conference champion contenders, like NFC East championship contenders?
I don't think we can afford to have a rebuild year, especially since we have, even though Zach Ertz might get traded, we still have Brandon Graham on contract. We still have Fletcher Cox on like we have, and they're still like they're not like in their prime, but like they're still in the prime of the year. So like it would be really a waste to go into rebuild mode. That's kind of like basically like what we would do like with the Texans. Like I mean, the Texans they had Whitney Merciless, they had JJ Watt, they had all these decent players, and they kind of went to a rebuild mode last year, which didn't really make any sense. But I don't think we can afford to, especially because like we have like a decent rock. Like the defense was at moments last year was cooking. Like we don't get Darius Slay to rebuild. You don't have Fletcher Cox. Brandon. If we're gonna rebuild, all these Bams got to go. But like Deshaun Jackson got cut today, so I'm assuming we're not transitioning to like a full rebuild, but we're trying to like rebuild the roster. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the 6th pick. So let's say we get Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase or I mean, I don't think Jalen Waddle's gonna be taken at that point, but like somebody, like we're getting a receiver or a corner. So let's say we get somebody, bro. I just think that like we're not far off from being a playoff team, but we're not close enough yet. Like I think over the offseason, depending on what we do, like all we really need is a receiver and like some offensive line help, and we're fine, honestly. Like Dallas Goedert is still top 8 tight end in the league. Our O line when Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks, Kelsey, that's still a pretty good O line. So we just got to see, man. We just got to see.
How about you, Steve? How you feel about the Eagles?
Honestly, for the Eagles, I like Tom said, I don't think they can go into a rebuild because of like the players that they have. But at the same time, they need to figure out their quarterback situation, because if they don't have like a set leader on their team, then it's going to be like hard for them to, like make a playoff push or like do anything serious next season. On Bleacher Report, they were talking about whether they were gonna, like we said earlier, they might draft somebody or they might pick Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is they said he was stepping up in like training camp, like getting close with the receivers, like trying to be the leader that he's going to be, like if he's the starter next year. But if they don't figure out the quarterback situation, I don't think they can do anything solid next year.
Yeah, cause I remember reading something about that article. I think on Bleacher Report where it was like most of the receivers are gonna like go and work out with
In
Jalen
Texas, I
Hurts.
think.
Like, yeah. So I mean, hey, I guess like they're open to they're open to actually I guess work with Jalen Hurts and see how
Yeah.
it goes. I like how the team is like buying into him. That's a good sign for Philly. That
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the offense is like all right, this is our guy now, right? Next man up.
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts, he like for the short games he did play, like last couple of 3-4 games he did play, he balled out.
Yeah, for sure.
And so like, it's time for him to it's time for him to go do his thing. But I mean, to be real with you, like if I have to ask one more thing about the NFCs, like who would y'all have presumably to come out the East? Because also speculations have it that the Washington football team were interested in Mariota, and then also and also Cam Newton's still up in there. How y'all feel about that?
I just think Cam Newton. The thing with the football team is that the only receiver they have is really Terry McLaurin. They need at least one more receiver. If because the thing with Newton is like he needs weapons. He's not like if you look at his career, he's never like not had a weapon. Like in Carolina, he had Steve Smith for a while. Then he had Kelvin Benjamin when he was actually good for a while.
Yeah, Funches, my boy number. Yeah, like he
Oh,
was
and
a good.
Devin Funches. So like they were pretty good when they were with Carolina. And the thing was like this is like pre-injury. Like yo, this is Cam Newton running around Superman camp. I don't think we're gonna get a Superman camp again unless he's with weapons, unless he's with like a threat. Like he can't be the only threat because that's what happened in New England last year. They just zeroed in on Cam. Who else is doing anything on that offense? There's no Gronk. There's no Julian Edelman. This isn't the Patriots of the old. So I think he needs to go to a team like low key, if he went to Miami, like not to play back. I mean, I guess to play backup because Miami has Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant, Albert, what's his face, the dude from the Chiefs, but he went there, Albert, whatever his name is. They have Matt Breida, and they have a talented defense. So I just think if you went to like the Dolphins or like even the Raiders or even like I don't know, LA maybe like the Rams, just about like I don't think at this point like there's not really like enough starting spots that fit him. So I mean, what do you think about that, Steve?
Well, to answer Neb's question, I'm gonna stay true to the Washington football team coming out of the NFC East next year. We need to figure out our quarterback situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Taylor Heineke, he's not like a solid, he's not like a solid quarterback that we can like put our whole trust behind.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they decide to do is up to management. You can't really I don't see anybody that I think would actually like come to Washington at this moment. But
I mean,
I would say Washington.
I think
I'm not gonna lie to you, like Cam Newton. I feel like Cam Newton gonna be a dangerous situation because I feel like a lot of people like to talk trash about Cam Newton. Like, not gonna lie to you, he had games where he played horrible, no doubt. Yeah, like,
I mean the whole
games.
season he just had a terrible passing season. The whole
Yeah, like he had years where it was like, okay, like dude, like this is pretty bad. But
Mhm.
like you have to understand, like he didn't have an offseason with the Patriots. He had no weapons. He
Yeah.
didn't have a decent line. He had no run game. Like this was like they threw Cam Newton in there like make something happen. You know?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I look like the way Washington's been coming up, like with a dangerous run game with like Ant and Gibson, Antonio Gibson, and then they got what's it called? I mean, they have some Logan Thomas is a decent tight end. You got Terry McLaurin. If you can I mean, I think what's it called? Galladay from the what's it called? The Detroit Lion is still available. I know they're
They
talking
tagged him.
they're
I think
huh?
they tagged him.
They tagged them. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I know some receivers out there are gonna be cheap veterans. I know Baltimore.
Alvarez.
I don't think Baltimore's a really entertaining the idea of bringing back Des Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like some cheap veterans out there, and that would be a scary situation. I feel like because
Yeah.
you would have Terry McLaurin if you have Des Bryant if you can bring him in there, and
Mhm.
then what's called a nice run game, Antonio Gibson, and like you got to make sure you re-sign Brandon Sheriff in that O line.
Mm-hmm.
I think Washington can do some things, and that defense you got to keep improving, obviously, but that front four is dangerous already on the defense. So I mean, like I think like if Washington can figure out their QB, like Tom said earlier, putting Taylor Heineke, I don't think it's gonna work because like you said, no one has tape on him now that they as weeks like they progress and they see his reads and mastermind defensive coordinators like figure him out. Like I don't think he'll shine the way he did. I think the best thing is to keep him as a backup right now.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that's not. And like if I'm right now Washington, I love the way my team is set up right now. I want to go into like win now mode.
Yeah.
Getting a cheap veteran because Cam Newton, I feel like would be definitely a cheap veteran. Like sign him to a 2-year, maybe like $5, $6, $7, $8 million contract, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, no one's gonna be like grabbing at him for a starting position.
I mean, Deshaun Watson is still out, and if I'm I keep trying to say the Redskins, if I'm the Washington football team, I'm going for the Deshaun Watson because if I get Deshaun Watson, that's my franchise quarterback. Like it's a proven. Like there's not many times where a proven quarterback gets on the open market, which is why even though Carson Wentz had a bad year, in my opinion, he's still proven. Like he's had 3 good years on his resume, or like 2.5 if you don't want to count the year that he was injured and Nick Foles took over. So like this is the first offseason, in my opinion, where Matthew Stafford, a proven quarterback, got moved. Deshaun Watson wants to get moved. Carson Wentz got moved. Jared Goff, in my opinion, is kind of proven. He got moved. Like, they should take action right now and because if I'm saying this right now, if the football team gets Deshaun Watson, they're making the playoffs, and it's not even going to be close because Deshaun Watson is a way better quarterback than Dak Prescott, and I don't know how Jalen Hurts is going to be, but he's not going to be as good as Deshaun Watson is right now, anyways. So,
I mean, that would be amazing, but the thing is, Texans are right now, like I said earlier, what I say, they're gonna blow it. They're gonna sit on this too long. They're gonna blow that trade value. Like they're still telling teams they're not gonna like let them go.
Like they should get value. Like if they trade before the draft, they can get 4 first-round picks.
I'm preaching. They need to. I told all y'all here they need to do it before the draft, but they're not gonna do it. They're gonna sit on this, and then they're gonna let the trade value lose. And then, like, because right now I know one thing they were considering was like two defensive stars, right?
You're not gonna get that. I mean,
the thing is, if I'm Washington, I don't want to give 2 defensive stars.
I mean, like honestly, if let's say like they're asking for like picks and a player or 2, I might be willing to part ways with Curl and like 3 first-round picks because I'm not saying Curl's not like good and all, but he's replaceable. Like he's not Chase Young.
I would not. If I was Washington, Collins. I would give away Landon Collins. I like the young Cam Curl. Cam Curl this year is balled out for a person a late round draft pick and like what's called like coming off not like off the bench in the first couple games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this dude actually came out and balled out.
He did.
And I mean, to be real with you, I know what's it called? Carolina recently parted way with their like what's it called, longtime safety, right?
Yeah.
And
Trey Boston.
Yeah, Trey Boston. So I'm looking at that. Like
he's good too. Like
if I let go Landon Collins and get Deshaun Watson and all that, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at him. Like I mean,
give up Landon Collins, 3 first-round. I'll give up 4 first-round picks, honestly, because if I get Deshaun Watson anyways, those first-round picks I'm giving them aren't going to be early picks. They're going to be like 20, 20s, 22s. You know what I'm saying? If they make playoffs.
Washington could be in that sweepstakes, but the thing is, you got to also remember Deshaun Watson has a no-trade clause.
He does.
He at least say, I don't want to go to Washington.
Honestly, like, if I'm him, I'm just trying to go somewhere that can give me 2 receivers or a receiver and a running back or something to work with, a good O-line, which they have in like, kind of halfway. A defense.
I think if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm looking at Miami.
Miami would be perfect.
People were saying Denver, but I don't think he can win in Denver.
I don't know why he wanted. I mean, they have Judy or is it Ruggs? I know they have Judy. Ruggs
have Judy.
So they have, or not at LA, but they have Judy. They have Cortland Sutton. They have Noah Fant. They have Melvin Gordon. I mean, it's not a bad offense, honestly.
You gotta have a good defense, though. What's the point of going to a good offense if you can't have a good defense?
Yeah.
Like they're letting go Von Miller.
Huh?
They're expected to release Von Miller.
I don't know why. Like, there's no point.
I don't know why either. But like to be honest with you, man, like the way I see it, like Miami fits that whole secondary. Miami's a dog of the secondary, and they have the best rated corner in the league this year, Xavier Howard.
They do, and Byron Jones, like he doesn't get enough credit, where credit's due because he wasn't targeted that much. Xavier Howard was targeted like damn near every game, at least 5, 6 times.
It was trying, boy, and he kept picking it off. Like I don't know why.
He gave up 500 yards, and then people were comparing stats. Oh, he gave up 500 yards. He only gave up like 150. But when you take into account that homeboy gets thrown to damn near every game, there's games where Jalen Ramsey doesn't get thrown to, like at all. So if Jalen Ramsey is a lockdown corner, the ball doesn't come his way. Xavier Howard gets thrown to 10 times. The other side isn't getting thrown to because Byron Jones is a lockdown corner. And he just doesn't get enough credit where credit's due. Like Xavier Howard, he had gotten those picks before, like interceptions. Like he had like 7 2 years ago. But he's always had like a decent corner on the opposite side of him. So
hey, but I mean, one more thing I want to add on. Like, I hope y'all know y'all heard about Richard Sherman begging not to come back to 49ers. How crazy would it be if he went to ring chase and went to the Bucks for like a cheap salary.
I'd do it honestly if I'm him. Go ahead. They need a corner.
That defense would just be crazy, bro. That secondary would be unstoppable, bro.
Oh God, yeah,
Like I would be so frustrated playing the Bucks.
yeah.
Because Adrian Peterson wants to go to the Bucks too.
I mean, if I'm them, I mean, they have Leonard Fournette and Rojo, so they just need a third running back. Which
They also got Ronald Jones too.
Huh?
They got Ronald Jones.
That's Rojo. My God.
Okay.
But what's it called? LaShawn McCoy fill that third running back spot. If LaShawn McCoy retires, go somewhere else.
LaShawn McCoy literally got two Super Bowl rings in the
Harry,
like 2 years. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But on that note, last thing I'm gonna say is thank you, Carson Wentz, for a good 4 or 5 years. I have your jersey. I'm gonna continue to wear it. Go Colts. What's their team thing? What's their mascot? I don't know. Hey Google.
I don't know. Horseshoe? They a horseshoe, something like that. That's the most unthreatening logo in the world, bro. Imagine being a horseshoe.
And then you see Quentin Nelson, then you get threatened. Cap. That big boy.
All I'm saying is, if I have to pick right now, Eagles. I think I'm gonna be real with you, right?
Yeah.
7-9.
I can see like 9 and 7. To be honest, our schedule isn't too bad next year.
I would say 7. I mean, we like what's called when it comes to the NFC East, they all play the same division, like same teams in each division.
Yeah.
So I know like they play the Chiefs this year.
We do. We play that the whole division. I think. I can see us beating the Broncos. I can see us beating the Broncos and the Raiders. Chargers probably.
That's all 4 teams in that division. That's
only the Chiefs I'm really worried about. Like every other team is winnable.
And see, I know Washington plays Seattle.
Oh, I'm so glad we don't play them this year. I think we don't. We played them last year. I think y'all played them this year.
No, Washington played them this year too. Like,
we played the division like 2 years in a row. I feel like we played the Eagles play the Seahawks damn near every year.
I think the Eagles do, not the Washington football team. That's a rare occasion because like it's the second year in a row to play them, and they're doing it at Washington too.
So I think maybe I'll just play them because you get 2 out of division games, right? Am I tripping?
You said what 2? What?
2 like you get so how the schedule works is you play. So each team in your division plays 2 divisions, like one AFC, one NFC, and then you get they have 17 games nowadays. So I think it's like 8 other games that aren't in your. Oh, no, I mean there's also 8. There's 8 like you play your team 2 times, like you play the Redskins twice. So I think it's like 2 games that aren't in your division. So it's like one AFC, one NFC team that aren't in your division.
Yeah, I know that because Minley wanted to go to that game.
Yeah,
and what's it called? But that's crazy, though. I mean, hey, all I gotta say is it's gonna be interesting to see how this unfolds, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know football is a minute away, but man, I am for it to start back up, bro.
Hey man, no cap. Starting next week, we're on basketball duty. March Madness.
March Madness, and bro, that's an interesting college season. It's the first time North Carolina, Duke, and Kansas have not been ranked.
Yeah, that's wild.
Different.
Jalen Johnson dropped out. We'll talk about that next time. To be honest, I want to talk about it today, but we got duties, man. We got duties.
Yeah. Hey, all I gotta say is thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pleasure. Been another episode of the Front Office Podcast. If y'all hearing me, if y'all part of this, man, if y'all part of the front office, go to the Houston Texans page and everybody tweet right now, free Deshaun Watson. Because why? I've said it. Houston, we have a problem.
On that note, thank you for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram down below. Comment what you want to see on the topics. Comment if you want to, I don't know, spit some game. No one's allowed on the podcast, but you can leave us a message and we'll play it.
Honestly, if you know what, let's do this. If you actually be given decent points, right? We'll consider.
We'll consider it.
You can't be racist.
It'll go into the bag right here.
You can't be racist though. That's one thing. You can't be racist. We'll stalk your profile.
No white people. Let's just not like an opportunity not have white people on the podcast. No cap.
Yeah.
Like not blaming. But if you have questions, we can always do like a mailbag episode, like just answer questions and go into what you guys want to see. But Instagram down below, DM us, one of us. It doesn't matter.
All right, be easy, y'all. Be safe.
Peace.